It's mere days till the release of Monster Hunter Wilds, the spiritual successor of Monster Hunter World, the best-selling Monster Hunter game of all time. We're gonna get a new story, new weapon moves, bigger maps, new monsters, and I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the least hyped I've ever been for a Monster Hunter game. Now this could be due to a lot of different factors, but the main one is that I have played so many titles already, I am not sure if I could even be hyped for a new Monster Hunter game. Especially since I still miss the older titles. It used to be very different and I find myself playing the older titles more than the newer ones. I guess I just like that style a bit more. Now, the popo in the room. Performance, or rather, the lack of it. It's pretty bad. In fact, this game is one of the most criticized games when it comes to performance right now, and rightfully so. The recommended specs tell you that you can run the game at 1080p, upscaled at only medium graphics, with frame generation enabled. Basically you need to run it at half the native resolution, and you can't even hit high settings, while still needing frame generation just to hit 60? Sounds more like minimum specs to me. Don't let anybody tell you that this is normal. Literally 98% of all other games out there don't perform this bad. Sure, you shouldn't expect 60 FPS at high graphics on native resolution, but this is just insane. Now I know my PC isn't crazy powerful or anything, but a solid 60 FPS at the lowest possible graphic settings would be nice. I tried playing the beta and it's not looking too good. Barely playable, I would say. I mean, sure gave us some good memes though. And these were all over the place. I know the beta has an old build and it's not representative of the full game, so I'll take that one with a grain of salt, but the benchmark should have been a good representation of the full game, right? Well, even that one is not looking so great. I mean, sure, it says I hit an average of 60 FPS, but what truly happened is that the cutscenes were in the 70s and the gameplay was in the 50s. So taking nowadays standards of 60 FPS, this would be labeled as unplayable. Notice that this number will be even worse if the game ran at a native resolution, which in this example it is not. I never expected us to go back in resolution. It's actually nuts. We're running 540p in 2025? Insane. More worrying is that you also don't get to experience any fights in the benchmark. So who knows how much frames it drops when you're in an actual fight. Now this kind of performance would be fine if the game looked amazing, but the fact is that even World looks better than this. I tried running the benchmark at ultra graphics and it still looked bad. Better, sure, but bad. Personally, I don't really care too much about graphics though, which is why I'm currently playing the older games, but I can't help but feel like the poor performance is just unjustified if it doesn't look any better. I know maps are bigger and there's more wildlife, perhaps some stuff going on, but the focus of a game should always be on that it plays well. For now, I would say it is what it is. It is what it is. Now if you want to see some comparisons, just to know how bad this game performs compared to others, I suggest you take a look at Daniel Owentech's YouTube channel. He made a video comparing other games to Wilds and explains it all better than I probably ever could. I'm sure Wilds will still be fun though, it's just one of those things reducing the hype a little bit. I trust the developers as they have proved to always deliver value for money when it comes to the franchise. I just hope it doesn't turn into the situation where the developers are like, we don't need to fix things, don't buy it anyways. But they sure give off this feeling by saying, just turn on frame jet, bro. Which is why I'm still critical of what's being delivered despite my love for this franchise. And that's where my next point comes in. I'm probably not buying Wilds on release. Now this should have come as a surprise, as I rarely do this. You see, I have a rule of thumb. For me to spend full price on the game, it has to be worth it. Crazy, huh? Yes, I still buy all my games myself, so I go through this process with every single one. I wait till it comes out, I watch reviews and decide if it's worth the money. So far with Monster Hunter, that has mostly been the case. However, I'm not going to treat them any different just because they have a good track record. Especially since the price is at 70 now. It's not even 60 and I can just not support unfinished games at launch. So probably no day one gameplay from me. I'm still pretty confident I'll end up buying the game rather quick if they improve the performance, but we'll see. Now I uploaded a video earlier called Why Everybody Plays Longsword, and in that video I spoke about changes I would make to the weapons. And as it turns out, a lot of these changes are actually added to Wilds. I guess I have some kind of foresight. No pun intended. So I'm interested to see what that is like. And since there are so many hints that this game is taking a lot of stuff from 4 Ultimate, that does raise my hope a little bit, because Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was one of the best ones. The story was probably the best even, and I really liked the endgame. I just doubt they'll ever make Rajang as powerful as he was before again. Yeah, that guy was a menace back then. Some people would not even fight that guy unless they used the Hame strategy to stun lock him into place. but now he's a former shadow of himself. It really seems like the game is going to sell well regardless of all these things. The franchise has become so big that everyone has at least heard of it, and it's really become a big name now. Now I'd like to end this video with some words from my Nah, I don't have a sponsor. Ain't no money being made here, unfortunately. But I'll end this video with some words from Asmongold, since he's been so invested in Monster Hunter ever since he started playing World. He's also done Iceborne, and I have to respect this guy for sticking through it all the way with Greatsword as well. So I'm ending this video with him. Thanks for watching.
There's like this idea that in PC gaming, the solution is to always just buy a better PC. Oh, we'll just buy the $2,700 graphics card. Oh, duh, of course, just go spend $5,000. It's easy. You know, people are broke. Yeah, these are people who can't even afford a $70 game. Like, you're trying to ask them to do that. It's insane. And they're sold out, so you got to buy it for $6,000. It's crazy how expensive this shit is. So yeah, hopefully PC gaming improves.